I mean,
they've got positive for them.
They've got problems.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got problems.
Well, Benitez.
Well, I just wonder, like it is. We always say Christmas and New Year is such a very important time. It is, and that's when you need everybody fit. Because certainly in the normal case of events, it's game after game. We don't know what's going to happen with COVID.
Yep.
But they need everybody fit right now. Benitez needs everybody.
He needs to get performance. I mean, people will be forgiving of results if the performances stack up.
That's right.
So he's got to put performance out. He's got to get the resource that he's had available to him to play the way that the fans can appreciate.
Yeah.
They've got difficult games coming up. All the games are difficult when you've got a lack of resource.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I'm surprised. The challenge will be Mashiri's come under some fire in terms of observations. I was very sweeping about him. I saw Jamie Carragher saying similar things. Graham Souness came out on Sunday and said, when describing the situation at Newcastle and how the wealth that's coming in there, and he talked about the difficulty of spending money. Look at the fellow at Newcastle, at Everton. Spent half a billion.
Yeah.
And look at Everton's form. So there's a lot of noise around Everton, a lot of blowback from the fans. It'll be interesting to see if the resolve to back Benitez stays with Mashiri. The longer their indifferent form goes on, shall we say.
Well, remember as recently as a fortnight ago, though, he came on and gave me a statement.
I know.
He said, you better back him.
But that's in the moment, isn't it? Because, he'd made a decision to back him over Marcel Brands. Because clearly, if Marcel Brands is signing a new contract in April, what's changed between April and November, and you've not made any big signings, and his job is to make signings, the manager. So there must be the reasons why you've taken Brands out is because there's a difference of opinion about the manager, and that was perhaps alluded to the fact that Marcel Brands didn't want him there in the first place.
You see, you remember what Mashiri said to us? I've just found it on my phone.
Tell me.
A couple of weeks ago. Rafa's a good manager. Underperformance is largely due to injury. In the next 2 weeks, we'll get back to a full squad. Well, that's not happening.
Well, that's not happening. I mean,
in the meantime, results will improve. That's not happening.
No, it's not happening. And you're getting people look at the style of play that Rafa Benitez has, which is a pragmatic style of play, which isn't based upon having any particular amount of possession. And I don't think Everton fans are going to like that.
No.
You look at the background of not just bringing in a Liverpool person that likes the town and gets the dynamics of it. You're bringing somebody in that said Everton was a small football club when he was a manager of Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then you've got a team that's massively underperforming. So all of those things, I'm not suggesting that he'll get fired quicker than a quick thing from Quickland, but I am suggesting that Mashiri's position will reverse if it doesn't get better.
Sure. And I meant to tell you, somebody in Dubai said to me that was his favourite phrase of yours.
Well, no, but the one I hate the most is when I said deader than a dead thing from Deadland. That was a Newcastle deal, wasn't it?
Oh, that's right. You said that was completely off. And while we talk about Benitez, and I'm very keen to get your reaction, Wayne Rooney constantly linked with the manager's job should it become available.
Oh, give it a rest. Come on. I mean, this is a grown-up football club. It may not behave that way sometimes under Mashiri's ownership because it doesn't have financial control. It doesn't have a youth development policy. It doesn't have any achievement on the pitch, and it sure doesn't employ any managers that are bringing any success. But come on now. That is the blind leading the blind. Wayne Rooney is...
Only the other day, you were complimenting Wayne for a win that they didn't expect to get.
Wayne's got this ridiculous notion that people have got a conspiracy theory against him because he should be spared from observation.
You should have been with me in the track that day at Peterborough.
The observations that I made about Wayne were based upon the reality of the circumstances that he was performing in. They weren't personal. So now you go and look at it and say, this is a big boy's job. He's not a big boy in management terms. He's a minnow. He's learning his trade at Derby. He'd be best off serving...
A minnow?
Oh, come on. He's a management minnow, isn't he? As a footballer, fabulous.
Well, you were fine with Lampard to Chelsea.
But different personalities, different dynamics.
Arteta to Arsenal.
I had reservations about
Gerrard to Rangers.
Hold on a second, I wasn't fine with Lampard to Chelsea. I turned around absolutely from the beginning and said, too early, should have stayed at Derby. So wrong.
Did he?
Right? Yes, I did. You can find the bloody footage.
Well,
don't you shake your head at me, you little wretch. I can guarantee I said that.
That's your producer you're talking to. But you didn't call Frank a minnow.
No, but I think Rooney is.
So you shouldn't call Wayne a minnow.
Well, I do. When someone's asleep in a chair with a bunch of women in a hotel room as a manager of Derby, I think he is. When he leaves
you complimented him the other day when he got a good result.
Okay, but the point is that you're taking him out of a situation where he's doing okay with Derby under very difficult circumstances, and you're taking him into Everton and seriously, and I know you're not being serious.
I am being serious.
You can't be, Jim. That doesn't help with any credibility. I can only answer serious questions. It's not a serious question to suggest that Wayne Rooney can go into Everton.
Stop acting.
No, I'm not acting. It cannot possibly be a serious notion that Wayne Rooney is capable of managing Everton. The argument is, could he do any worse than certain people? Possibly not. But if that's the blueprint, could he do any worse than someone else? That's not the blueprint that Everton want. Everton want to be an elite football club, supporting their supporters, enjoying the football, and Wayne needs to learn how to be a manager. And just because he's getting better at it doesn't make him in any shape or form qualified to manage Everton.
No agenda.
Well, why would there be an agenda?
No agenda.
What, so you say, hang on, great footballer, learning his trade as a manager. So why do you take the praise in one respect and then castigate the constructive observation?
And I told you and you didn't like it.
I didn't care.
It was so funny when you get the Saudi takeover so wrong at Newcastle.
I did.
Anyway, tonight, Chelsea against Everton. It's a TalkSport 2 exclusive.